What's up guys, we're here at Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah, and in this video, we're going to show you the highlights that you can't miss here, as well as things you should know before you go. So hope you enjoy it. Bryce Canyon National Park is located in the south of Utah. It's a small park that spans about 36,000 acres or 145 square kilometers. Encompassing a series of natural amphitheaters that are carved into the edge of a high plateau. These amphitheaters are filled with colorful, eroded spires of rocks called hoodoos, which is what sets Bryce Canyon apart from other national parks in the US. In this video, we'll show you 6 awesome things to do in and around Bryce Canyon National Park. Make sure to watch until the end, because we also give a few essential travel tips for this area. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures. Located only a 15-minute drive from the entrance of Bryce Canyon National Park, Red Canyon is technically part of Dixie National Forest. Loaded with red sandstone spires and formations, this scenic area offers some great hiking and mountain biking trails. We hiked the 1 mile or 1.6 kilometer Pink Ledges Trail, beginning and ending at the Red Canyon Visitor Center. The hike takes you to the base of Red Rock Cliffs and through a mixed conifer forest. It's a great introduction for what is to come next. Another short scenic hike that you can't miss is the Mossy Cave Trail. As one of the lowest elevation hikes in the park, the trail begins with a climb and ends with a descent, which is opposite from most of the other hikes you'll find in this area. You follow a coursing waterway until you reach a fork in the road. From here, you can go left to see the Mossy Cave, an overhang filled with mosses in the summer and icicles in the winter. You can also go right at the fork to see a small waterfall, which is part of a canal cut by Mormon pioneers in the late 19th century. The hike only takes about 30 minutes, so it can easily be combined with other activities in the park. So the water behind me here typically flows between April and October, so we're quite lucky to see it now while we're here. The main road in Bryce Canyon is 18 miles or 29 kilometers long, running from the park entrance in the north to the end of the road at Rainbow Point. After passing the famous amphitheater, which we'll cover in detail shortly, the road turns into the southern Scenic Drive. This drive has 9 scenic overlooks that showcase a more hidden side of Bryce Canyon. Our favorite viewpoints include Rainbow Point, Yovimpa Point, Agua Canyon, and Natural Bridge. From Rainbow Point, you can also hike the Bristlecone Loop Trail, a 1 mile or 1.6 kilometer trail that passes through bristlecone pines up to 1,600 years old. The star attraction of the park is undoubtedly Bryce Amphitheater, which is home to hundreds of colorful hoodoos, sandstone spires, and strange rock formations. The moment you walk up the rim from the parking lot, it'll take your breath away. There are multiple viewpoints along different corners of the rim, and the best way to explore these is by walking the 10.6 mile or 17.2 kilometer out and back rim trail. Some of the most beautiful vistas include Bryce Point, Inspiration Point, Sunrise Point, and Sunset Point. If you don't want to walk the entire trail, it's also possible to drive between some of the best viewpoints. Amphitheater is an extraordinary place, and to take in its full beauty, you should visit at sunrise or sunset. This is when the landscape is draped with soft, warm, and reflective light. We watched the sunset from Bryce Point, which is the viewpoint that faces the most to the west. Here, you can see the sun slowly dip below the horizon. If you're looking for a sunrise view, Inspiration Point is a better option. Finally, if you only have time for one hike in the park, we highly recommend the Queen's Garden combined with the Navajo Trail as a loop. You can start the trail from either the sunrise or sunset point. Once you descend into the amphitheater, you'll get an intimate view of the unique hoodoos and towering canyon walls. You'll also hike through small tunnels in rocks and encounter unique rock formations, such as Thor's Hammer and the Queen Victoria. The hike is 3.3 miles, or 5.3 kilometers long, and takes approximately 2 to 3 hours to complete. And if you can't get enough of the landscape, there's also the option to combine these trails with the Peekaboo Loop Trail. As we promised at the beginning of the video, we'll now share 4 things to know before you go. First, Bryce Canyon is a high-altitude park. Its highest elevation reaches 9,000 feet, or 2,743 meters. Weather-wise, this means that there can be a big temperature shift from season to season, and even day to day. Snow can start in October and last until April. We visited at the end of May, and the temperature at night almost dipped below freezing. That said, take some warm clothes with you, especially when camping. Second, plan for 2 days in Bryce Canyon National Park if you have the time. While you can see the highlights in just 1 day, you'll be able to hike more trails when you visit the full 2 days. There are some trails that we didn't mention but are worth checking out. These include the Fairyland Loop Trail, Peekaboo Trail, and the Tower Bridge Trail. Third, it's best to stay in or near the park if possible so you have quicker access to the best activities. It's important to book your accommodation well in advance. We camped at Ruby's Inn Campground, which is located just outside the entrance of the park. We left a link to their website in the description below the video. Finally, we recommend visiting the park earlier or later in the day if you can. Between April and October, a shuttle service is operated in the amphitheater area of the park to reduce congestion. And while it's generally not required to take, it does provide the most predictable and convenient way to explore the highlights. This is because there's limited parking in the area, and sometimes entry is temporarily closed to the various viewpoints. Visiting at non-peak times means you can enjoy the attractions at your own pace. When visiting Bryce Canyon, you may also want to visit the nearby Zion National Park. If you do, make sure to watch our full Zion National Park video for the best things to do there. We also have a video about our 10 favorite places to visit in Utah, so check it out if you're planning to visit more parks in the state. If you're planning your Bryce Canyon National Park trip, we recommend keeping things organized with our interactive travel planner. Find a discount code in the description below. We also included other important links in the description that will help your trip, such as an interactive map to get to each place that we mentioned. We'll catch you on the next adventure.